I think it's extremely articulate and well written play. It doesn't go in too deeply into anything, but it is, I think, the main thing is that it's an exercise in the belief that two people, married or not for a long time, are two separate entities, which neither of whom belongs to the other as a piece of property. It's an exercise in restraint and in tolerance and in understanding of another person's needs without going too deeply into it.
Now,
and it's dealt with comedically.
I see. Now, of course, people have seen you most recently, of course, in your television series, and that certainly is drudgery for an actor to do a series of that type. Do you find that traveling around the circuit with a play like this, is this a challenge, a refresher for you, or how do you approach this?
Well, I like the play very much. I wouldn't say it was a holiday, because we have long journeys to do, and we have 8 performances a week. But it's been rewarding insofar as that most audiences have liked it. For instance, in Westport, Connecticut, we broke all records for 40 years in the theatre. We had a marvelous week in Algonquin and in lots of other places. I'm hoping that we're going to have the same here in Lakewood. It's the most beautiful theatre of all of them, I think. And I feel comfortable and cool for the first time for months.
Mr. Mulhare, what plans do you have as far as another television series is concerned?
None.
Why is that?
Well, doing a series is kind of slavery in a kind of way. One gets up at 5:30 in the morning, one goes into the studio at 7 o'clock, and one doesn't get out until between 7 and 8 at night. And one cannot do very much with the rest of one's day at that time. I'm not saying that I'm not grateful for the exposure that is given me, and I got a great deal of pleasure out of some scenes in the show. I adored doing it to start with, but as time went on and the writing became nothing to do with what the original intention of the story was, I found it rather a drag, quite frankly. I loved working with Hope and Charles Nelson Riley, but I don't want to do another series, no. Not unless they're terribly rich.
What about the immediate future? What are your plans?
Well, immediately after this show, I have to pay a visit to Ireland, which is my natal place, and to London. And then I may come back and do a tour of the Secretary Bird. I don't know yet.